Hello. Welcome in, everybody, to this week's episode, this week's chapter of Bound by Night. I am your host, your storyteller, your dungeon mistress. It is a pleasure to have you here on this journey with us. Nat Chan, take it away for our recap.
All right. Yeah. Last time on Bound by Night, there was a recess, a break called in the Wolf's meeting, mostly because of what's going on with Zeta and her not feeling so great. And because of that, Alpha wanted to attack Daniel, and so basically they're like, okay, the meeting's adjourned temporarily for now. We table this. We're coming back to it though. And then the coterie decided, all of us, went with Kappa to but back up, be people in the car, while Sigma went and paid his rent, quote unquote, to a very dangerous individual. We don't know what he is yet. We just know he's not human. He's not a kindred. His name is Riker, and we fucking hate him. Yep, that's true. Like to punch that guy to death. While we were out doing that, we waited at the nearest gas station. Luckily, nothing went wrong there, because we all know how things went last time we went to a convenience store. Not so great. Once we were reunited with a very kind of exhausted, used and abused looking Sigma, we had to head on over to the urgent care because we as in Sigma received a call earlier in the night that Daisy is sick, not feeling so great, and apparently there was a syringe found in her Halloween candy, so there's some questions there from his ex, Maddie, whom we met at the urgent care and sat across from, and I awkwardly pretended to scroll on my very broken phone because sitting across from Sigma's ex is super awkward for me. Yeah. There was some minor panic for a moment because Sigma thought that Daisy might change for the first time. So there was talk of, he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to kidnap my girl so that she doesn't go berserk and kill everyone here. And we're like, whoa, you cannot kidnap your child. That is gonna be really bad for you right now in this whole like custody thing. And then we're like, okay, maybe we can cause a distraction so that everyone needs to evacuate, and that way people won't die. And we're like, you know what? It's gotta be a cold. She's actually just sick. We made the decision to wait it out and trust the process, and thank heavens we did, because it proved just to be a cold. Whew. Oh yeah, there's also suspicion that Maddie's new boyfriend, Don, huge guy, might be a hunter. So we were like, oh, that's great. And then there was discussion.
Sigma only told us after we all met him and showed him our faces, so it's fine.
100% fine. It's okay.
The notes I took.
We ended after Daisy reminded Sigma where she got said candy bar that this syringe was found in. Apparently she got it from, I'm going to use air quotes here, a friend of Sigma's. He was really big. She couldn't really differentiate if he was tall or fat. But then she pointed at her eye and said he had an owie. And Sigma seemed to know what that means. And his reaction was not good. It was obvious he was very concerned. And that's where we left off. So, yeah. Welcome to session 29 of Bound by Night.
Oh, man. Striker Sly.
Yes.
The conversation between Jihoon and Alpha that was several sessions ago was abruptly cut short. The easing of the conversation, or easing into the conversation, is not necessarily one of Omega's strong suits. And so his directness mostly cut it like a knife, and it ended. And this treaty that the pack has been trying to come to bring it to fruition, continued. It has since taken a break. Many of the wolves have started physical labor, using what broken beams that are salvageable from the Garu's, Zeta's frenzy, Zeta's rage. They're using what they can. They're manifesting walls for Daniel. They're doing the best that they can. But it just so happens that during this lull in activity, you catch sight and sound of Alpha. He's off fairly far on the east side of the garage. He's smoking so politely far from the building that you know that he's quite a rules follower, almost to a T. Or he just works in commercial buildings so often that the must smoke in the building 500 feet away, 20 feet away, 50 feet away, whatever the ruling may be, he often just habitually follows it. But what is curious about this moment, Jihoon, when you catch sight of him, there's two distinct things for you. One, you are not aware of much time passing. It has felt like a slog fest. And two, you notice that Alpha does not have his suit jacket on. And he always has that on, save for when he's ready to fight. So you have an instinctual panic, and you look for someone who isn't there. And you feel for him instinctually. The two of you, after all, did share a rather innocent kiss. You shared a moment in your bathroom. In fact, you shared many moments. You remember even in this very house, waking up wearing his sweater. The smell of it was like home. You remember your sister barreling in like a bullseye target, focusing on you, demanding and saying, 1, you're gay. 2, you like him. 3, he's hot. And unbidden blood wells in your eyes. Your tears as a kindred. Gamma is not here. You wish that he were. The aching on the back of your neck, though, means that maybe he never will be. But you don't really know. And then your eyes refocus on Alpha. The fact that he's got his button down unbuttoned just a bit. He's turned away so that you can't actually see any of the skin by his collarbones. You did see a flash of some kind of thick chain, and his sleeves are rolled up. And even from this distance, Jihoon, and even with blood in your eyes and these emotions overwhelming your attention to detail, you cannot forsake it, and it cannot forsake you. Alpha's arms are a battleground. They are pitted and scarred. Some of the scars are so large that they're just like rolling whelps of worms under the flesh, many of them inflicted by his own hand. You may not know the answers, but you know that he does. The third thing you're aware of, the other wolves besides Kappa and Sigma are lingering all around the property. They're aware of you, but they're giving you space. You could speak to any one of them in this moment. Who do you choose to speak to, Jihoon, if anyone?
With the realization that Gamma's not there and that feeling in the back of his neck, it's not just a cramp, it's like an omen. It's like a pain that whispers in his nerves that I'm not going to see him again. It's like he feels his neck and then he lowers his hand as if he's ashamed of having reached for it. Then he looks at Alpha's scars, and he looks at the palms of his hands, and he looks towards the ground and he's imagining the scars that are on the bottom of his feet, down his legs, on his back. It's a familiar wreckage, because they're not just scars. They're not healed. They're old. They're layered. And even though he's being given space, and while he, in his own way, appreciates it, space in itself is never freedom. Alpha is a mirror, a reminder. He's the person who holds truth, and Jihoon is scared to hear it. I think he's still going to approach Alpha, because he remembers the last thing he said to him was, "Come with me."
Are you being stealthy? Or are you moving across the yard with purpose?
He is not a very stealthy person, but he does, I'd say he tries to move in a way that doesn't draw attention to himself.
I want you to roll your dexterity and stealth.
3 successes on 4 dice. Whee!
Okay. You get very close to him, and he doesn't notice you at all. In his big hand is a cell phone that is large in your hands, but in his, it's small. It looks too small. But you know that model of Samsung. It's a beast. And he's typing on it with one hand, cigarette held in his mouth. And then he growls a little. And he turns. When he sees you, he jumps. And he catches the cigarette as it falls from his mouth midair. And immediately he puts it out. And he puts it out on his wrist. I didn't see you. Sorry. And then he licks his wrist. And he sticks the bud into his back pocket. And he begins to roll down his shirt and button it all the way back up. But you can see that he's very warm. You can see the sweat clinging to him. There's a sheen of it on his face. His hair has been slicked back. Reframing the house is the last 45 minutes to an hour. It's significant. It's taken a bit out of him. I didn't hear you.
That was kind of the point.
He doesn't turn to look at you until his suit jacket is back on and his shirt is buttoned all the way. And he turns and then he bows and he straightens.
Jihoon.
And he looks at you with those chilling eyes, but they're soft. In fact, the edges, the corners of them sag down. And before he puts on the mask, like he's just straightened up his suit, there is an unfathomable sadness, an ache so deep that it makes the dark look bright.
How can I help?
He looks at him and he doesn't want him to hide. It's like he's noticed Alpha is a mirror of himself. Don't hide. I want to talk to you, not the political bullshit mask you wear. I'm not dumb. I do the same shit.
He looks down, Jihoon. You see the cogs turning. This is an emotional battle for him. It's difficult. It's difficult in a way he doesn't know how to express.
Talk to me.
I don't know what to say.
Something real?
He looks down at the grass.
I would be most honored to be your friend. Lucky, even, when you called me in the rain. My heart, thank you. No one has ever asked me to get home safely before.
Jihoon's... He goes to open his mouth and he closes it again and he swallows hard. Just quietly. Yeah, I'm glad you got home. And I didn't call because I wanted you to owe me or think that's... I just called because I wanted you to get home.
Thank you.
Sorry, that's stupid. You know, you're not the only one who doesn't know what to say, Alpha. I'm not very good using my words, but you already said we were friends, and we're friends. And, he reaches for him, and he puts his hand on Alpha's arm, where he saw the scars earlier.
He flinches a little.
And he slowly pushes back the sleeve of his shirt.
You can't.
He pulls his arm away. He steps
Jihoon
back.
grabs again. Don't hide.
Please.
And he grabs your hand. And his is so large over yours.
Please.
Jihoon
I don't...
turns his hands over to show him his own scars.
He gasps. Your palms. And he cups both of your little hands in his. And his thumbs move over your palms.
Please don't hide.
Your father.
I'm not really good at relating to other people. Let's be real, but I thought maybe I could understand a little.
His fingers cup your hands gently, and then his thumbs move in circles a few times on your palms, like he's winding up like he's winding up, like he's preparing. And he drops your hands and he steps back and he pulls off his suit jacket slowly. You can see he's trembling ever so slightly. There's the smallest quake. And he puts the suit jacket for a moment, turning his shoulders to you. You can see the line of sweat on his clothes. He sets the jacket down on a stump. With his back still to you, he begins to unbutton his shirt, cufflinks, top button. He does it skillfully, eventually one-handed. The other hand he uses to remove his wrist cuffs, his watches, and he sets them all down in a neat pile. Then he's just in his shirt, unbound, but still looped. You see the shuddering breath that he takes as he reaches for his shirt.
It is not pretty.
Jihoon doesn't really know what to say to that. Kind of winces, because the scars on his palms he can't really hide. And he's never thought of anything as not pretty just because they're there. They were punishments. They just are. They're just kind of looking at him.
Seeing them, will it help you? If I show you?
And he's speaking to you over his shoulder.
No, but knowing you have them and trusting me to share them, that helps.
He slowly lowers his shirt and it moves like a drape, exposing tanned shoulders, wide and taut. His muscles are impressive cords, and all of the scars are a war zone. His skin could be considered perfect, if not for the inflicted damages. There is almost no part of him that does not bear a mark, a burn, a puckered pink scar. Even still, there are some healing, deep grooves, punctures. Under it all, Jihoon, you see writing, tattoos, down his back, down his arms. And then slowly he turns. In his flesh, right now, are needles, thin, about 50 of them that draw a line piercing through flesh down his abdomen. They disappear into his slacks. They are horizontal through the skin, but each time he moves, you see the skin flick like the hide of a horse flicking off flies, so you know they're tender and they hurt. You also see fresh, deep grooves down his chest and more words. These words you see easier on his chest that they are names. And then he twists his palms out to you very slowly. He cannot meet your gaze. From the tips of his fingers up to his collarbones, self-inflicted wounds, ice burns, cigarette burns. There's areas where it looks like he's taken a cheese grater and rubbed the flesh raw. Some of it in rage, others in despair. There are places in planes across his well-corded body where the hair just doesn't grow anymore.
Jihoon's eyes are taking in everything, slowly, meticulously, noticing every part of the landscape in front of him. Jihoon takes a step forward, and he takes Alpha's hand in his.
He flinches, but he doesn't look at you.
And he's gonna do the same thing that Alpha did to him. Trace over the scars in his hand.
The difference is, Jihoon,
He is not looking at you as he speaks.
I deserved all of these. Everyone.
Jihoon's fingers pause, and they're still resting against Alpha's palm. And he doesn't let go. And his voice... Then we're both liars. Because I told myself the same thing. That I earned it, that I must have done something wrong, that I was weak or broken or too much of a burden to love without punishment, or to like somebody I wasn't supposed to. He brushes over a scar on Alpha's wrist.
When you do, on each side, There are 4 lengthwise, very old, very deep scars right along the vein. He shudders.
Then we have both denied our traditions.
Fuck tradition. Fuck tradition. You know what I see when I look at all of these? You want to know what my mom would say? That you're just someone who's trying to survive in the only way you know how. And he traces up his arm some more and he says, so maybe if you deserved it, then so did I.
No.
Then maybe we both didn't deserve it.
No.
And he cups your face, makes you look at him, and his eyes are so blue because they are glistening.
You do not murder. You do not take life purposefully. You do not act as a guillotine. You are not a soldier. You have not committed atrocities. You have not seen a war progressed forward. You are just trying to find friends and your place in the world. Every name I will carry with me to the grave. And then when I meet the end, I will be punished for every name, as is the way of our people. But me in particular, because I am a soldier, because I am the knife and the hammer, because I am the suffocation that ends life. It does not matter how innocent that life, Ji-hoon. If it is my duty to do so, I will snuff it out.
Ji-hoon's hand grips tighter.
I will take you to Magnus, because it is my honor to do so.
And he grabs your wrist, and he's squeezing tight now.
And I will watch you suffer. I deserve this pain because of what I will see done. My life is not my own, and it never will be. But for the sake of our friendship,
And he lets your wrist go.
I will not take you now. That is the difference between you and I. You are the light that bears the scars of the dark, and I am the dark that is cutting at its mantle to find the light. And all I find,
And he motions to all of his inflicted pain.
is more darkness. No matter how much I rip and tear and break, I am the dark.
He steps back, blinking, as if he can't believe he's just said that. He gulps air. You can see the panic. His calf knocks against the stump that he has, his pile of clothes, and he drops his watch and he turns and frantically lifts it up and he begins to put the watch on, which is on a very thick strap that he buckles his wrist cuffs on the other side. He pulls his shirt on and he starts to button it in haste, but he buttons it wrong. And he takes the jacket and he says,
You showed me kindness, and I did not deserve it. Thank you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ji-hoon, for everything that I will have to do to you. I'm sorry for everything that I will have to do to your coterie. I'm sorry for everything that I will have to do to Gamma, to Omega, to Zeta. I don't want to, but I will. Because I must.
Ji-hoon freezes. And Ji-hoon realizes that this is not a confession. It's a eulogy. Not for him, but for everything that is about to break. And Ji-hoon's head is swirling, and at first he doesn't move. He's just letting the words settle over him like dust from this broken house. Soft, suffocating. And he's just staring at Alpha, not because he doesn't believe him, but because he does believe him. And he looks Alpha in the eye. then at least look me in the eyes when you do it. If you're gonna hurt them, if you're gonna hurt me, don't look away. Because I want you to remember what it costs. Because right now you're not the monster, but you will be.
He turns to look at you, eyes blazing, with unshed tears. There is truth in what you've just spoken to him, and he understands that.
I never wanted to be a monster. I was just a man. In some ways.
He looks down at his hands again.
What I offer in ruthlessness
And he flexes them.
is mercy. But in others, it is unjustified.
Roll an insight and an intelligence, Jihoon.
7.
This has got to be a lie to himself. The others were justified. Ruthlessness being mercy, yes, you can see it. But the others being unjustified, this man has got to be lying to himself, Jihoon. He just doesn't see it. He, in that smart brain of yours, Jihoon, the hamsters, they are running. They are sonic speed as you formulate, you cling to this problem because it's not an emotional one, but it is. But it's something that you can see, something that you can understand, something that your words might be able to help with. And putting aside everything that you have been through the past 48 hours, you think you solely zero in on the formula. Alpha has been trained or taught. He has been reared in traditions that are isolated and torturous. Yes, the self-inflicted wounds come from a place of guilt and pain and suffering and being so much stronger than the world around you. He reminds you, like Omega in this moment, how Omega said he was made of iron in a world of glass. Alpha is similar. But Alpha wields that iron fist. And every time he does, it breaks a part of him. He has told himself this narrative so many times, Jihoon, that he has begun to believe it. This is his religion. He believes that he is the scythe, and that death wields him to and fro. But the fact that he still yearns for connection, for friendship, he is not yet a monster, and he is just a man.
I need to tell you. There are ways for you to change what has been done. You can write into law, as the Luna of our pack, that you are free. You can do that because of who Magnus is, because he is a Blackthorn. He is the Blackthorn. The other thorns will follow. And so will all of the other packs. The other courts. They will have to. Or at the very least, they would delegate. They will negotiate. They will treaty. They will talk. And it will give you time. It will give you time.
And he takes a step back, Jihoon, and he's still panicking. You can see that he's sweating. His lips are trembling. His eyes are bouncing to and fro. He's staring at one point in his walking back. His eyes pause and he's staring at a singular focus, and you chance a glance backwards, and it is Omega who has stepped around the house and is staring daggers at Alpha. But it isn't so much malice, these daggers. No, it's a dagger held out of its sheath down at his side, prepared should any violence be forthcoming. Alpha swallows.
There are ways. There are some who are neither kindred nor are they Garu. If you find them, you could be set free.
And he bows and he runs. He runs away from you. He runs not quite a full break speed, but enough that he can no longer be or bear your presence, and it causes a moment of pain before there's much room for you to respond or react or move forward. A presence that is very gentle appears beside you. And when she speaks, it is the last person you are expecting. So, I heard you want to go home. I happen to have Evan's car, and I'd like to go for a drive.
Jihoon's hand is back at his side, and he turns around. Take me home.
You got it. Come on, kiddo. Let's, get your face a little cleaned up before you see your ma, huh? That's where we're gonna take our first Be Right Back. Jihoon, I'd like you to roll a Wits and Awareness, please.
3 successes.
Okay. Evan's car is packed. Like, as if you are going on a trip, an outing, a family vacation, if you would. And nestled in a burrito of blankets, triple her size, is Zeta in the back. And then a myriad of things that you think are Daniel's but are packed in suitcases. And she holds open the front seat for you. And it has several blankets, all set up nest-worthy. I know that Kindred don't really, get, like, cold. But I figured the blankets were kind of like a nice, like, gesture. God, all these wild dogs outside of Daniel's house. Crazy, isn't it?
Can I ask if you had a chance to grab the sweater from upstairs?
Gamma sweater?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sorry. This is a no. This is a gamma free zone. In fact, I shouldn't even say his name. Ew. Disgusting. Yeah, it's in your duffel bag. Get in the car. It's disgusting that you like him, but whatever.
Okay.
You have your own prerogatives. For the record, I think he's a dirty hoe, and you can do better.
He doesn't acknowledge that, nor does he acknowledge the fact that you said he liked him. He's just like, he just sits.
I didn't put it in your duffel bag. Let that be clear. Whatever. Stop. You hear her as she, like, goes around. She leaves your side of the car. She goes around the hood, and she's like, taps her ear and is like, stop it. And her ears that are trying to, like, flare up from her hair, the hair rising as if static, she slaps it down and is like, no, I am the boss. And she is absolutely wearing a Sigma borrowed outfit. You didn't notice until now, but the shorts are like cinched really tight around the waist, and they're not booty shorts on her, but they're booty shorts on Sigma. And she's wearing his pale blue crystalled cowboy boots with his Daisy Duke jeans and a tiny little plaid top that she's cut and tied. So a little bit of belly is showing, and it's got a cute little Dukes of Hazzard vibe.
Let me guess, we're running away.
What? No.
And you want me to hide under the blankets, right?
No. No. Why would I?
Because that's what I want to do.
Good, we're on the same. Yes, just when we go through certain intersections, there's CCTVs. So I've pretty much mapped out a way that we're going to get to a place. Well, your place without being seen, but your mom unfortunately lives on one of a main thoroughway. So we're going to do our best, okay?
He just grabs the blankets and starts, like, ducking into the footwell of the car.
You don't have to do it yet. Just,
He peeks his head out. At least we do it before the car starts moving, and that way it's easier.
Well, I mean, the seat reclines all the way back. You could just...
There's a lot of stuff back there, though.
Yeah. I'll just...
This is
Hold on. And she,
what's
like,
conspicuous.
moves in this in the middle. She's so thin. And she's like, yeah, I'll just, shuffle all this. Yeah, I'll just pack some things down. Something breaks. Yeah, there you go. You're good now. You can lean back if you want. I mean, but if you'd rather drive in the... Look.
Just sits back on the chair and just puts the blankets all around him. Can you see anything?
Nope,
Am I
just...
hidden?
Oh, yeah, you're great. You're great. And you hear from outside the car,
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. B, I'm taking my boyfriend's car for a ride. I'm busy. She starts the car.
Delta, open this car!
And Beta comes over to the side, like pulling on the handle, and she's like, I can't hear you, sorry. I'm driving now. It's not safe. She revs the engine and starts pulling away, and Beta is like knocking on the window. Tick, 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 tick. No! She says, Del, you open this door. I can't. Connection's bad. She starts driving slowly. Beta keeps up. And then she starts driving a little faster, and Beta's still holding the handle and keeps up. And then Delta pulls out onto the freeway, and Beta just jumps onto the top of the car with a ka-dunk. Delta's like, God fucking... Pulls over, gets out of the car, shuts the door. You hear their multiple voices.
I am just going for a joyride with our sister and Jihoon. Yes! He said it's good for sad people to drive. And said it doesn't feel good. She'll do a lot better looking out the window. Then why does she look like a suitcase? I don't know. She was cold. I don't know who did that. Del. Yes? Where are you going?
Well, not far. I can't. Because you sent Kappa with Noah. You just see Beta's eyes lift, like her eyebrows lift, and she folds her arms. She's quite muscular for a female. I'm not going far. Really, I'm okay. I'm gonna drop Jihoon off, and then I'm gonna go to Sigma's, okay? The trailer park. Yes! My house was burned down by a crazy ex. Some of us don't live in the manor with the big guy because he's a freak. She gets in the car. Okay, I'm leaving. But she rolls the window down anyways. Beta leans in. She looks at you. She looks at Delta. You gonna be okay, Jihoon?
I'd be lying if I said yes, but I'd rather leave than stay here.
I understand. And it's probably not a bad idea that you seek comfort with your family. And when Delta goes to hit the gas, Beta just reaches in and grabs her knee, and Delta's like, ah, 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 ah. And all Beta says is, I'm not done talking. Jihoon, you need to understand that by going home, you are putting your family at risk. Everything that you have experienced is what we call, not lovingly, the world of darkness. And this world is ugly, and it's filled with malicious beings. Not all of us are bad. Some of us try to do good. But your kind have something called the masquerade. A facade. A veil. The wool pulled over mortal eyes. Because what happens if you get too hungry or too frightened or too angry? You are a hand grenade.
So you think if I go home, I'm gonna kill my family?
It's a possibility. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. But I'm not going to lie to you either. And if you don't harm them, a different kindred might, jealous that you're seeing your family, your sire, the one who made you. They could deem it unfit for your training. Rules that they never even told you. Because that's how this works. It isn't fair, and it isn't fun. And it sucks. It's a gauge. It's a risk for you to go to your parents. Your mom. It's a risk. Sigma seeing his daughter. It's a risk. He's in the same situation you are. It's a choice. Just know that if you're making this choice, you need to be prepared to protect them from other kindreds. Other creatures like you, but that don't try to do good. Does that make sense?
He looks at Beta, poking his head out of the blanket a little bit more, pulls it down from his face, rests his hand on his chest, and he sits up a little. Where am I supposed to run to?
I have an empty apartment if you'd like. But I'm not telling you not to see your family. I'm just informing you of the risks so you can make them
You're just
intelligent.
telling me I'm gonna kill them. That's what you're telling me.
Calm down. That's not what I'm saying at all. You're intelligent. You're smart. Don't misconstrue everything that I have laid out for you. It's a formula. Put it together. Make a plan. I heard you when you said you didn't know anything. Delta, put that squeaky toy down. Sorry, I'm just a little nervous. You're just looming. You're really in charge. I'm just gonna squeeze it. I heard you when you said you didn't know anything and you wanted to know. I am not one of you. I am not your kind. Our rules are different. But I am telling you what I do know so that you can make an informed decision. The risk of you killing your family is an absolute yes. It's a risk. It's a percentage. It's no different than myself. I could rip Quinn apart in a moment of passion. I'm not able to control what I become. Do I take that risk anyways? Yes. Would I continue taking that risk for her, for myself, selfishly? Yes. Yes, I would. Do I think family and love is worth it every time? I am not saying that you're just going to show up and you're going to murder them. No, maybe you'll cry and they'll wonder why your eyes are bleeding. They'll take you to the hospital. The hospital will wonder what's going on because everything that you seem is normal and alive until the sun rises. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to teach you?
Jihoon's face kind of squishes together like he's putting the puzzle pieces together, formulating the inevitable, kind of as if he's transversing these different paths, different possibilities, different potentials. It makes sense.
Good.
You're telling me, you're not telling me I will hurt them, but you're telling me I could.
Yes.
And
You-
if I love them, like really love them, I have to walk into that house knowing that I might be the reason it burns down.
Yes.
And I have to be strong enough to leave if I feel the pin coming loose.
Yes. Because, Jihoon, you, like us, are in two worlds now. You're a person, you're human, and a monster. And Delta's like, hey, I am fabulous. Shh. You have one foot on one side of the line and one foot on the other. You have to know your limits, your boundaries. When you feel like you're going to snap, you have to leave to save them. There's no other choice. Because if you hurt them, you won't be able to live with yourself. And you have a long time to live. She looks at Delta. I don't condone running away from your problems, but I do understand needing a moment to recoup, to recenter, to refocus. She comes around to your window. Jihoon, do you roll it down? Delta leans over and says, you don't have to roll it down for her. We could just drive away.
Is it a button roll down or is it like the old school roll
What is it,
down?
Evan? Is it a button?
Open the windows. It would,
Ew, ew.
yeah, it'd be a button.
Okay.
Oh, it's a button? Okay. Yeah, he rolls it down.
Beta leans in. And she puts a hand on your little hand. And you're like, wow, she's almost as big as Alpha. Like, she's just really fit, really strong. Thank you for talking to him. I just really appreciate it. Adam is, Alpha, he's special to me. Delta's head whips over and is just staring at Beta with a curiosity and a cat-like Cheshire smile. He's... just thank you. I don't know what he said to you, but I saw. And don't be disheartened that he ran. He runs from me too. And I've known him for such a long time. He needs to figure out that he's not a monster. And she lets you go. She leans back.
Jihoon looks at her, just listening. And he just nods once. Slow, precise. And before she moves her hand, his thumb moves and there is a quiet stroke across the back of her hand that just says, "Thank you." And then he tears his hand back, curls it into his others, his fingers entwining, and he looks forward. He's grounding himself.
Beta's dark blue eyes land through your window into the driver's seat on Del. We are not done discussing the treaty, Delta. Yes, I'm aware. Don't worry. Like you said, not running away, just recouping. Besides, I don't really like all the pissing contestness, and I'm angry. I know that you're angry. But give him a break. He's, what, almost 300 years old? Don't care. It's not good enough. Don't care. Delta, you and D can't... we don't say the D word in this house. I'm leaving. And she starts driving. And Beta says, you can't hide. Delta, the light follows you. Delta speeds away, her jaw grinding. The light follows you. Listen to her. Listen to her. Just because she's the oldest, she thinks that she knows everything.
Usually those who are older have more experience.
Well, she doesn't have that much experience. Okay? I have kissed way more boys. And probably way more girls, too.
I wasn't talking about that kind of experience. I was talking about... Never mind.
Why do you do that? You, like, start saying a thing, and then you get all flustered, and you're like, never mind, and you sigh. Like, why do you do that? You do that. Never mind. Why do you do that? Your mom did that, too, at dinner. And your sister. I was there.
I don't know.
You just do? You just don't want to say what you have to say?
It just seems pointless to continue saying something that...
No, I want to debate. I want to argue. So keep speaking.
I don't want to
When
argue.
you say never mind, then we can't argue, and I don't have anything to go on, so...
You're really frustrating.
So are you.
Thank you. Why does it matter?
Because I
His
wanted
arms are crossed now, and
to
he's, like,
talk. I
looking.
wanted bonds, okay? I wanted a bond. I fight with
You
cats.
told me you wanted to argue.
I did.
don't
It's bonding.
like
We're
arguing.
debating.
That's not bonding.
We're sharing ideas loudly with passion. Like, here's one. I'm annoyed at Daniel. I hate that he dropped my sister in her illness in my lap. I hate that. That bitch went to go help Sigma, who's a big boy and does drugs of his own volition. If he wants to ruin his life, let him. Why are we trying to save everybody? I hate that. Why are we trying to save me? Why can't we just let Del spiral in her little Del way and enjoy great tits? Huh? Why can't we do that? Your turn. What would you like to complain about?
His eyes are just looking at her. They're wide, and he is so confused.
Come on now. What's annoying? What do you hate? What's stupid? But you also love it, and you hate that you love it.
I don't know. I don't know. And he's like, his face is scrunching together like he's trying to think of something.
You've got a lot to be complaining about, by the way. Like if I were in your situation, I would be so in cahoots with the complaining gods. I would be ready to burn things, which I almost did. I bought the kerosene.
I don't tend to really get angry.
Oh, yeah? So you're a crier?
I'm not crying, am I?
No. I just, usually it's like one or the other. You get really mad and you cry, or you just cry and like eat a lot.
I don't do that either.
Oh.
I like silence,
Oh.
quiet contemplation, and
Does that make you feel better? Does that help?
no.
Oh.
No.
Mm. Mm.
You're not supposed to feel better. You're supposed to reflect.
What? She looks at you. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Here, take the squeaky toy. Squeeze it. Very good. Here we go. When you are upset, this is what we listen to. And she turns the radio on. We get mad. Okay? We get furious. We get passionate. And it's not, I'm yelling. I'm not yelling. I'm just passionate. No yelling, passionate. It's passion. Okay? I'm gonna pretend I'm you. And then you're gonna pretend you're me, and this is the exercise, okay? So I'm pretending I'm you. Permission granted?
Is this some kind of role-playing game?
Yeah, it always helps me feel better. Usually, sometimes I scream into my pillow. Usually it's like, God damn it, Bailey! Ah! But anyways, it's whatever.
Okay, so you are wanting to be me?
Yeah, I'm gonna be you, and then you're gonna be me. We're just gonna practice the not quiet contemplation, because that doesn't get you anywhere. Okay? All right, I'm you. Here we go. And she speeds up. She's like going 70 and a 40. She's like, I hate Magnus. He's such an asshole, but he's so hot. God. And stupid Alpha and his stupid self-hatred. And D, his rugged handsomeness and his bullshit fuckery. How dare he hit on my... Sorry, getting a little to myself right now. I miss Gamma, that bitch. Why isn't he here? Ugh. Even though he's the worst wolf of all of us. Ugh. Helping? How about this? God, I'm a vampire and I hate it. I just wish my life was normal. Ugh. Why can't I just be gay, unfettered? Ugh. How does that? Okay, your turn. You gotta be me now.
Jihoon is looking at her like, what the fuck?
Give it a try. Let out a scream. Yell. Complain.
Hi, I'm Delta, and I don't know how to do this.
My favorite line, honestly, is, why can't you just let me be sad? Why can't you just let me be angry? Why can't you just let me be a mess? Why can't I just fall apart? Some of my favorite lines. Also, how dare you? And I'm awesome. The why can't you is generally a nebulous angry at God. You know. Yeah.
This is really weird.
It's gonna feel weird. You're usually a monk and like quiet. But your emotions are loud. Scream them.
Like I'm you?
Yeah.
He sucks in a really deep breath and he throws his hands dramatically in the air. Oh, great! I have someone else living in my head and she's obsessed with... I don't even know, and I'm talking to myself in the hallway. There's somebody inside of me and everyone thinks I'm so cool, but no! Oh, I'm totally collected. No, I'm held together with fucking hairspray, Sprite, and fucking regret. I hate Gemma. I hate him so much. I hate everyone who even associates with him. I can't even look at him without wanting to snap his bones into musical instruments. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking xylophones. And Evan. Oh, God. Oh, Evan. Oh, it's intimate. We can make him in the corner. I would burn down 12 apartment buildings just to watch him sleep in a safe house. Just to wrap him up into a little bubble wrap and keep him to myself. Because I'm obsessive and fucking crazy. And I don't ever want to admit that. I don't know if I want to punch people or make out with them or have sex with them in a closet and frankly it depends on the
sugar, but my name is Delta and I'm fucking insane. I'm a walking red flag in a trench coat with a smoking gun in one pocket and gun in the other, and neither will see me for the fact that I'm in love with a goddamn vampire, a mistake, and I am so fucked up and I can't even admit that to myself.
Oh, she claps a little, and the car veers, and she's like, oh, and she veers it back. Good job. I am insane, and I love it. How do you feel?
That was fucked up.
Wasn't it? But it's a lot better that way. And she rolls both of your windows down. And now we're going to go really fast. And she like pushes on the gas. And then she just starts screaming about everything that sucks and everything that she can't control. And she motions for you to join while the music is playing.
Oh, and he does. He takes in a deep, deep breath. I am so fucking mad that I keep trying to love people who are already half dead inside of fucking monsters, or at least they believe themselves. I'm terrified that I'm never going to be a normal person again. Not even a little, not even human. God damn it! I want to feel something that isn't guilt or pain or this weird quiet that feels like I'm already dead and just forget to lay down. I want to burn in the goddamn sun. Burn in the sun because I don't fucking want to be alive anymore. I can't even cry properly. It's like I'm starting to cry and blood is pouring out of my eyes and it's disgusting. It's a mess. Everything is a mess. And you want to know why? I want to kiss him. I want to kiss someone without wondering if I'm going to hurt them or if they're going to use me or if I'm going to get my ass beat or my feet torn apart just because it's fucking convenient and tragic, and god damn it, I like men! I've liked men since I was little, and it's disgusting, I'm disgusting, and I want to go home! I want to smell laundry and hear a crappy soap opera and watch K-dramas on the TV, and have my mom ask me if I ate something or make me dinner, and I don't want to be around anybody anymore, and fuck Magnus! Fuck him for taking everything away from me! Fuck him! Fuck him so much, I fucking hate him! I hate him! I hate him!
And that is how you, Delta, and Zeta end up at your mom's house watching K-dramas. Before we, meanwhile, Sly, how does Ji-hoon feel after his screaming session with Delta?
Oh God. He feels like he has just emptied out a festering wound that he didn't know was trying to stitch itself closed. He's not better, he's not healed, but there is a subtle lightness in the way that a collapsing building feels lighter once the roof finally gives in. His chest is aching from screaming, his throat is raw, but there is a small space, room to breathe, room for silence. He doesn't feel strong, he doesn't feel fixed, he feels honest. And for the first time in days, weeks, years, maybe even since before Magnus, before the claiming, before the spiral, he feels this openness. He's surprised he didn't say anything about his dad, but maybe that just is something he'll have to yell about later. His body is still shaking, adrenaline, maybe grief, but his hands aren't clutching themselves anymore, and he just feels this tiredness that he might sleep through the day instead of fighting until morning. Well, until night.
The drive with Delta is significant. It's insofar as its length. Delta has a lot that she is screaming as well. And the combined experience of the loud music, then the screaming, the music, like water pouring into you, cleaning out what was festering, and then being unleashed as you scream. It's healing in a way. And you cry and she cries, and the both of you have to clean up before you even get to your house. But there's a kinship. Her giggling and looking at you in a way that is not different, despite everything the two of you have just screamed and shared.
In his head, he's just got, it's like this little light has been lit, a single match in a black cavern, and looking at her laughing and the way that she's looking at him, maybe I'm not the only one who wants to scream.
Why do you think Alpha cuts himself? He told me once, If he cuts the dark enough, maybe there'll be light. I told him he just needed to scream. She puts her hands on her hips, but we'll try her with that one. I'm not going to give up on him. No way. He's way too handsome to give up on. That bitch, we got to get him hitched. So, you said K-dramas. I would like to introduce you to my favorite reality TV star. His name is Mark. And she like unbundles Zeta and is like, actually, can we hide her in like a guest room? You know what? No. We'll come up with a lie for your mom. I'm sure she'll be fine. Oh yeah, I'm coming in, by the way. And that would be how that kind of went. Any last thoughts or words from Jihoon before we meanwhile over to the rest of the coterie and their scene?
Just to guess for like the people listening, he's not okay, but he's not pretending anymore, and that is huge for him. And kind of, there's a sad smile on his face, and he looks at Delta, and he just, next time we can scream again.
Oh yeah, at least a couple times a week. And passionate debates. We're not fighting. It's like we're discussing we need to work on this. Ugh, we need to work on this.
The last time we got into a discussion, you got really upset, and then
It's
we
because you
apologized to each other. And
Yeah, you called me a name I didn't like, and I was already pissed at Gamma
I'm
because he, let's just put it, Gamma's the reason somebody that I loved very, very much is no longer here, and I will never forgive him. And then she takes Zeta, marches up to your front door. But anyways, I guess we're friends now, so.
he grabs his bag and he kind of hobbles along. Just you have to be really polite to my mom, okay? And take off your shoes at the door.
Sure.
Yeah, and if she offers you food, you just say yes.
Sure.
Thank you so much for offering. Appreciate it. And don't put your feet on the couch. And if my sister's home, don't make any weird comments. And you might want to cover your chest.
She just looks down at her stuffed A-cups. Okay. They're at least to see right now.
It's not about the boobs. It's just just be polite.
Got it. And she like fixes the shirt and like unrolls it so it's a little longer. Got it. I'm good. I'm ready.
He like types in the code to
I'm
open the door.
actually really interested if you're gonna like Raphael more than Mark, actually. Your mom might like this as well. See, Evan and I both like Mark the most. I ordered his shirts. Maybe if you like Mark, I'll get you a shirt as well. And the camera slowly fades out as Jihoon's mom answers the door. It's very late. It's like 3 a.m., so she's all dressed for bed. She's surprised to see you, but happy. And the camera pans across the city to an Instacare center where the coterie stands with Sigma and his ex and his children. And she has just pointed at her eye and said he had an owie here. And Sigma, his expression becomes remote. And Maddie says, "Do you know somebody like that, Billy?" All of the kindred, even the ones in the car waiting, know that he's lying when he says,
No. Probably want to file it with the cops. See if they have any other reports of kids with syringes in their candy bags. Hey, baby.
and he kneels down by Daisy.
Daddy's gotta go. He's gotta go to bed, and you've gotta go to bed. So you gotta go home with mommy.
And there's a little bit of an exchange. And as he's talking to Daisy, who then descends into a tantrum because doesn't want to leave Dad, I'm going to go round robin to all of our kindred in this scene. Who is in the car?
I believe Quinn was.
Was anyone with Quinn?
I think just Kappa was in the car with.
Yeah, I think
Quinn.
all
Okay.
the other kindred were outside.
Okay, so Evan, Daniel, and Noah. Okay, so we'll get to Quinn in a moment. We're going to start with Evan, Daniel, and Noah. Daisy has fallen into a tantrum. Sigma has moved a little bit away from the group to talk to her because she's screaming very loudly, just trying to calm her down and like soothe her. Donovan has stepped away to take a call, so it's the three of you and Maddie. I'm going to ask each of you what you're doing in this like short, like 10 minutes that it takes Sigma to calm Daisy, right? And convince her. And I'm going to start with Evan. In this short moment, anything that you want to do, Kappa, Quinn, still in the car. Donovan has stepped away. Matt is in front of you. The other coterie members are there. Any role play, any movement, any decision making here.
He'd probably briefly check his phone, see if there's any new messages or anything.
You
Check
do have
them out.
messages from Delta. She says she's borrowing your car, going for a drive.
He would kind of get like a sense of relief. Oh, good. At least she's not taking somebody else's car.
That's valid, because her other thought was Noah's bike. And she was like, how am I going to strap all this shit I'm stealing? I mean, borrowing.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. And for reference, the things that she's borrowing, she's taken you a photo. She's given you photo evidence of, and she's given you like a little like Korean hearts with her tongue sticking out, like not stealing, just borrowing. And it's literally like the rice cooker, like Daniel's fucking rice cooker.
What the fuck?
Yep. Like an unopened package of socks of his. Yeah. Just random things. Evan, it's kind of delightful, really, because she's such a panda, like dumpster panda, like Kappa, but not. But then you remember she's a fox.
He would reply back to the socks one and be like, don't think they'd want those back.
Happy face. Really?
I just also want to make it known, just a small detail. All of Daniel's guns are in Evan's car.
Oh, nice. She's taking those too.
Yes. What the fuck?
Remember the sound of something breaking earlier?
Oh, you're gonna fight.
Delta, get
I
rid
don't know.
of me. And she's
I
like,
don't know, but-
no, we're going to debate about it, though. Here's why I'm right, and you're also right, but you're also wrong.
He'd send a text like, did you find any Red Sox? And then the little upside down smiley face.
She just takes a picture of Zeta in the back seat wrapped up in a bundle. Yes.
He would just reply, ... valid.
She does leave you a voice memo, and it sounds like she's moving and packing things. It comes in, hey, my sugar tits, just so you know, I don't know when I'll be back. You might be doing the horizontal Congo with the sun, but just know that I'll be back in the evening. But I gotta get Zeta out of here for reasons. And then it cuts off, and you hear her say like, oh, shit. And her next voice memo, look, I'm trying this honesty thing. It's really, really hard. It's hard, okay? Difficult. Fuck. Look, delete this voice memo after you hear it, okay? Delete it. I am taking her, and I'm probably gonna take the boy, because I have a feeling, call it intuition, Magnus might fucking show up because of the shit that Daniel did. Look, if things aren't broken, we shouldn't try to fix them. Their relationship was not broken. I do not know why we tried to fix it. I don't know. Maybe my sister is just an idiot. I don't know. But Beta doesn't agree with me, told me that I should stay, and I don't like being told what to do, so I'm leaving with a bunch of stuff that I'm borrowing. I'm not stealing it, I'm borrowing it. And I guess I should also tell you, I got a message from that shit fuck at Jenny's. Yay, I'm being honest. Now I would like a sexy photo, please. Thank you.
To clarify, seeing that it was a voice message, Evan would have stepped away like he had to make a call to listen to him.
Okay, so you step away. You can still hear Daisy, but you're far enough away that you're neither near Donovan or like really anybody else. If they squinted really hard or they got elf ears, they'd probably be able to hear you.
He would reply back, thank you for being honest.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate
I
that.
hate it.
Well, he'd reply to that. He'd be like, well, I love you and I appreciate it. Thank you. And as for the sexy pic, he'd just like lift up his shirt, take a quick one.
You immediately see she hearts it and saves it. Later, there's a flash at this moment in the television screen, right? Delta checking her phone, Jihoon seeing Evan's chest. That's now her background. Anyways.
He literally, you could just palpable. Oh,
He's so hot, isn't he? Look.
not really my type.
Oh, whatever. She licks the phone screen and types back at him. Thank you. Loved it.
He said the follow up of a really bad duck face.
She hearts that one and then ha-has. Great. Also good. And then she takes a selfie of her and Jihoon, and then she takes a picture of like the romance island that they're watching with Mark. And it's all LGBTQ like friendly, like romance island. And like Jihoon,
He'd send a little heart and reply, make sure you keep him safe.
she gosh. I think she just talks a lot of like little like dumb updates. Like, so the stream of consciousness, unconsciousness, whatever, that she sends you are lists, right? Like makeup, bags, stores, clothes. She like sends you this whole like itinerary, like as she's watching the show, because really she's just like watching Jihoon stare at the TV like a grumpy pants. While she's making an itinerary of like trips. Like she wants to go to this place called Baskin Point, which it's like a knockoff Disney, a lot of rides, theme park. And she wants to get the sparkly and glitteriest cowboy hat, which is what they're known for. Baskin Point. And she's added Jihoon to the list. So originally it was you and her, and then it was you, her, Noah Kappa. Now it's you, her, Noah Kappa, Jihoon. And then there's an addendum, but it's in a different text message. It's really weird what happens on the screen. Her like text blocks to you are this really light jade. And then suddenly you get a text box, like a third person, like messaging on your screen, but the text box is black with white letters. And that text box says, and gamma. And then the jade text box says, get out of here, you're not welcome. And then the black text box sends like an XD face with the tongue sticking out. LOL, Evan likes me. And your phone has never done that before.
He would just kind of blink at it for a second, like, take a screenshot of it, and then he'd reply back, be like, would it be an issue if he comes?
Yes. Jade text box. I hate him. He can burn in hell. Black text box. It was an accident. We can't hate him forever.
Yeah, what if he's at the back of the line? We're at the front.
Jade text box. 3 dots typing. Doesn't send. 3 dots typing. Doesn't send several times. And then finally, just grumpy face. Fine.
He'd do like the little Korean heart emote and take a selfie and send it to her.
She just sends back a big frown.
He would somehow find a way to do 2 at the same time, like throw his phone out with a timer and send a really scuffed selfie.
Lord.
You just hear him say, sorry, Jihoon, as he cringes and it hits the ground.
Oh.
If he can't catch it.
Oh, Lord. Roll a... if you do try to catch it, roll a dexterity and athletics.
That is 7.
Okay. You do catch it. You fist the phone a little too hard. You hear something crack, but it's not the screen. So looks fine. Looks fine.
You would just see him like in the parking, like, yes, didn't drop it. But he flips it over to look at the back plate.
There's a very thin hairline crack.
Fuck. I wonder if I could find a case for this before we get back. He'll send Jihoon a text. Be like, hey, sorry, I might have cracked the back of the phone. And then he'll reply, yeah. And then he'll send in the group chat, he'll just send a heart after he sends the scuffed selfie.
You guys can roleplay your text messages back and forth if you would like. If that's something you wanted, if Evan, you want to do that on your turn,
Evan,
really good.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
do it.
Yeah. Like, hey,
Get a text message back from Jihoon. Are you fucking kidding me?
No. It would be like ... no ? And like the little confused face. And then he'd immediately follow up. He'd be like, why would I tell you I broke the phone? And be kidding about it?
Do you think this is funny? ?
No. It would just be NO period.
You see him, I swear to fucking God. ... Jihoon is texting. Or Jihoon is sending a message and it's still like delete. Jihoon is sending a message and you just How
Evan
bad
would
is
just
it?
be sitting there like with an eyebrow raised, waiting for it to send. He'd be like, "Oh, it's just a hairline across the back. I should have asked for a case."
He says, if anything inside that phone is damaged, everything inside of you will be damaged.
You see him like type out the message really fast, and it reads something like, "Ooh, kinky. Why don't you tell that to me in person?" And then just delete. He's like, and then just replies, "Okay, noted."
Don't give it to anyone else to fix. When I see you, I'll fix it. Got it?
Got it. Can I have a case this time?
Get your own fucking case. Period.
I'm dying.
Uh,
It's
Are you
so
sure?
good.
Question mark.
Get your own fucking case.
He said, "Are you sure?" Question mark. ...
He writes out the model of the phone and he tells you exactly what case to buy. And he says, I'm not buying it for you.
Do you care about the color? Question.
In the middle of typing, Evan, you hear. So, anyways, Veronica appears in your pocket again. She did disappear in panic, but now she's back. Climbs up your pants, get in your pocket, and just says, "The gulag." And she's got a phone case with her.
Did you get that from the gulag?
The gulag. Sourdough.
You'd see like Evan, like his face just looks sad, like when she says that, just like, "Oh, we'll get some fresh sourdough for you. Don't worry."
Ah. And this little densely furred little white mouse shits in your pocket and curls up to sleep.
Is the phone case actually the right case?
It is not. It is definitely someone else's phone case that they threw away because it's broken.
Does it kind of half-ass fit if he tries?
Yeah. It's dirty though.
He kind of looks at the case, looks at the phone, looks at the case, looks at the phone. No, Jihoon would kill me. He already wants to mess up my insides, but I can't. And then he like holds the pocket open just a little bit, turns off the flash in the phone, and takes a picture for sleeping and sends it to Jihoon.
Jihoon, the picture is of the ugliest mouth. Like just at the time that you take the picture, like she looks up, one eye open, one eye closed, mouth slightly open, giant teeth on display, and she like makes this like burp fart, poops in your pocket again, and like spits up like this weird mucus. It's the ugliest possible photo you could have ever taken of Veronica. Gulag.
You get a text message back. Is that a threat?
No, it's Veronica.
What the fuck is a Veronica?
Long story, something about gulags, husbands in the gulag. There's sourdough involved, you know, mouse stuff.
Why do I care?
Do you not like mice? Question mark. Question mark. ...
Are you ... Hi? Question mark.
Evan kind of squints at that, like, huh? And then she replies, "Sorry, I thought you might like mice." Never mind.
Jihoon responds, I'm confused. You need help.
Veronica from your pocket
Period.
just says, "Help, gulag," and runs around in a tight circle and settles again.
I got you, Veronica. I got you. But that pocket's never going to be the same. he like, as he says that, he's like kind of pulling it open a little bit, and just kind of the smell hits him. And then he replies back to Jihoon. "Anyway, noted that you don't like mice. How are things with Dell?"
He responds, I didn't say I didn't like mice. Just have no idea why the fuck you sent me a picture of a mouse.
"Oh, it's in my pocket."
Why the fuck do you have a rodent in your pocket?
You'd see like Evan kind of like do the Kronk thing, like, yeah, no, he's making a good point. And then you reply, it just kind of happened, and I don't know, it's just a mouse. It's a small little mouse. I have to do my duty as a big person and protect the small mouse. He puts all of that in the text message.
Just see response, okay, ...
What, you would let this mouse have to go through all this alone? Have to find the gulag, fight for the sourdough? Their husband?
Jihoon, in Jihoon's location, turns to Delta. What the fuck is wrong with him, and why do you like him? He's insane. And he texts back to you. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Evan just like takes like a high selfie, like showing him all the people behind him and everything, like in the distance, and is like sends it to Jihoon. He's like, I'm good.
Okay. Glad to hear it. ... And he takes a picture of the TV screen and sends it to you.
You see him like just text like the super surprised emotes, like
They're literally on the episode where Mark and Bennett kiss.
yeah. So you'd see like the Pika emotes just fill the entire message to the message limit. Like, yeah. And then the next one would be like, yeah, Mark.
You just see Jihoon respond, he deserves better.
You would get a call immediately from Evan.
What do you want?
The fuck you mean he deserves better?
I don't know, I'm just watching this fucking show.
Dude, have you seen the rest of it?
No.
Or are you just started on this episode?
We're just here. I don't even know what I've been watching.
No. Did you start on this episode?
We just kind of skipped around a little bit and ended up here.
So you know Bennett, you've seen his backstory, you've seen Mark's backstory, but she skipped through it to be like, look, and now they're kissing.
Yeah, we just watched some like YouTube highlights and now they're here.
In the background, Delta's like, he loves it. He was blushing. He loves it. I can't wait for him to see Bennett's nipples.
Fuck off.
They're pierced, by the way.
Dude, Bennett does have really nice nipples.
Mark freaks out. And then when we get the interview with Mark, he is just so cute. You know what's funny is I think Mark is actually Korean like you. Or was he Thai? I don't remember. But anyways, let's skip to that part. Here's the interview after they kiss.
We're skipping the kiss part?
No. I'll rewind. We'll go back. We'll watch it in slow motion. Here we go.
I don't want to watch it in slow motion. Just
look at those lips.
No, it's better in slow motion.
Lips on lips. Oh, they're so hot. Jihoon, look.
I don't
Look at how hot they are. They're kissing.
No, Jihoon.
Look at them.
Jihoon, look.
can't look.
Look.
Open those eyes. Enjoy
I don't
it.
want to look.
Dude, enjoy them kissing.
My mom
This
is
frickin-
right here.
And she thinks it's hot too.
No, trust
Yeah.
me. Shut the fuck up.
No, she thinks it's hot too. Trust me. If you look at her, you'll see. And then you can enjoy it as well.
This is so fucking awkward.
Just enjoy it.
He watches the scene in front of him.
It's very romantic.
How nice.
You'd hear like Evan do the sharp intake, like he's biting his lip.
Can we just move on regular speed, please?
Yeah, here.
Jihoon, you have to ask her to replay it one more time. Just.
Don't think I can watch it again.
But do you want to?
I'm gonna hang up on you.
Jihoon's mom is like sort of falling asleep eating her popcorn. Like in her rocking chair and is like, and then she looks at Jihoon and you hear her, Evan. She says, "You're going to be awake. You take care of our guest. Oma needs to sleep." And she like comes over and gives you a kiss on the forehead. Not necessarily like like actually kisses her forehead, but like does a motion with her hand to Delta. And then with little fanfare, she leaves the popcorn for you guys and the drinks. And before she leaves, Jihoon in Korean, she tells you there's more drinks in the fridge. And she takes her very, very sleepy self back to bed.
He looks thoroughly embarrassed. He's like, oh, fuck. Now I have to watch this alone. At least mom isn't here, but God, she looked at me and I probably am blushing and and he's just like, shame.
But do you want to watch it again?
I don't. I swear to God, Evan, I'm going to hang up on you. The only reason I answered the call is... Actually, no, fuck you. And he hangs up the phone.
Evan would just giggle at the fact that Jihoon hung up on him after he hears the little beep. Be like, I remember those days. And then he texts him a gif of Mark and Bennett kissing.
Cute. Anything else for Evan?
He just texts Delta a few little hearts,
Okay.
and then also would follow up with just a regular text. Make sure you don't skip around too much so he gets the full story.
She just keeps giving you like thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, heart, 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 heart. Doing her best.
He'd send a little squinty emote.
She suspiciously does not text you back.
He'd send a second squinty emote.
She just sends the Homer Simpson one that's like sliding back into the foliage. And I think right there, unless there's anything else for Evan, we meanwhile overdo another Kindred.
Nope, that'd be it.
All right, Evan. So that's what your 10 minutes is spent on while Sigma is debating with the 6-year-old as to why she has to stay with mom. We're going to slide over to Noah.
He's just standing, his hands in his pockets. He didn't want to like awkwardly walk away from Maddie, but he's trying really hard to not seem uncomfortable. He does finally speak up, and he's just like, I hope I hope Daisy feels better soon.
The look that she gives you. Yeah. I think that now that we know it's just like a cold, I think she'll be fine.
Kind of nods.
So, and she like glances at Daniel and then like kind of turns her body in a way where she is just addressing you, Noah, and maybe like trying to step away from the quote unquote perceived crowd, which at this point is just you and Daniel.
Right.
So you're, are you two? It's none of my business, but I guess all things kind of considered, are you and Billy, you're an item now?
He opens his mouth like to speak, and then he closes it again. Opens it, closes it. He looks really like he's trying to find the words. It's we're complicated. I don't have a good answer for you, but
Oh, so you're just more the same, like just kind of fucking around. You know, you probably should
No.
actually buckle in.
I get it.
He's a really hard person to marry. Not easy at all.
Yeah. You know, as you, I mean, you said yourself earlier, you know, he's got his good points. He's just also got his blaring, difficult point too.
So are you doing,
Look,
you,
doing?
she sucks on her teeth for a moment, then scratches her cheek, folds her arms. I guess, are you clean? You know, because he told me about some of the shit that you two got up to.
Yeah, I haven't done anything for a couple of years. I'm pretty clean.
Good. Because I'm not going to have it around Daisy. You know, like, at all. Or little Billy.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. And yeah, I'm doing everything I can to keep him clean as well.
You don't worry about him. Two drug addicts trying to keep each other clean doesn't ever work. You keep yourself clean, and you call your sponsor, and you stick to your meetings, and that's how you keep it clean. And then, she just looks you up and down. You're just a kid. You and her are the same age. I just don't. She scrubs her face. It's like you're wasting your life, I guess. I mean, it's not that Billy's a bad guy, right? He's got his good moments, but sometimes Ah, God, I don't know. Sometimes a horse is so damaged, you just gotta let it go. It's not, you can't run it in the race anymore. It's gotta go back to nature, right? I don't think you and Billy are a good idea. I don't think going back down that road is a good idea. You and he? Do you have any idea how many lives you both messed up? How many people were burned under the fires of your quote-unquote passion? Your affair? A lot. A lot of people.
Look, I'm really sorry. I am. I didn't know.
You didn't.
I didn't know.
How could you look at somebody that looks like him and think that they were single?
You said yourself, I'm young. I don't know.
But you're not blind and you're not stupid. What I'm saying is, if your mind wasn't foggy because of the issues, you probably wouldn't have made those mistakes. So it's a good thing that you're clean, and I'm glad that you are. And I hope you continue to be. But if you're going to be dating my ex, who, by the way, we're still not technically divorced, but it's happening. It's just such a long and messy process. It means you're going to be around me, you're going to be around my kids. I'll work on forgiving you, Noah. But in my heart, I want you to get your just desserts. I had a family. I was married. I was happy. And then you showed up. I worked at the same club where you met him. You know that, right?
He just lightly shakes his head. No.
Ah. Yeah, well, I guess that's what dating a liar will get you. So I want you to remember this, okay? I want this to be like a word of advice. Someone who lies like that so easily, they're not going to just get over it. They're not just going to be good, okay? They're not just going to pop up daisies and everything's fine. That's not how it works. That isn't the life that we live in, okay?
Yeah.
You talked to his mom?
No, I haven't met her yet.
You haven't even met his mother? Oh my.
He's looking at her now, but he's clearly, it's obvious that he feels bad about thing. He's not hiding that. But he is no longer like I think at the beginning of the conversation he would like look kind of like, you know, when you're having a conversation but it's awkward to look at, you have a hard time looking directly at them, so he was not quite doing that, but he is looking at her now, and he is obviously taking in everything that she's saying.
You're gonna want to meet his mom. Has he met your family?
No, I haven't, I haven't been in really good communication with my own family for a couple of years, so no.
Well, you're gonna want to work on that then. You see, because my children are gonna have grandparents. And if you're gonna be what do I call you? Stepmom? Stepmom dad? I'm not sure what would your title be? Stepdad?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, if you're going to be the step-parent to my children, then I would like your parents to be involved. It takes a village to make sure your kids grow up smart, right? And Billy, he said you're smart, right? Said you're you went to an elite school or something?
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I guess I'm. Yeah.
Well, good.
I'm smart, but
Good. I'm glad. It's a good thing that you're smart. You see, Billy and I, we had to get our GEDs together because we're not smart. We're not. It's probably why we had kids and why it all blew up like it did. Okay? But there are resources and there's classes that you can take, and I've been taking them. And Billy's supposed to be taking them, but he's a bitch ass who keeps fucking missing them. Now I'm getting riled up. She's like as calm as can be. I'm getting angry. I'm so riled. Ah. Look. I don't want to hate you. God, I'm mad at you and I wish I could choke you to death. But you know what? Maybe you saved my life. And she like reaches up to her shoulder unconsciously and moves it. You know that shoulder is held together with plates and pins. You can actually see the scar of where Sigma threw her through a wall and almost killed her. But it's hard. There's no love like his, really. You mean, I know he's dangerous and we're not good together, but he's so... God, he's a broken angel. You know? I'm so glad he gave me my kids. They're the best thing.
You seem pretty great.
They are. They are so great. And Daisy, she's so smart. And if you're going to be her stepdad, then maybe you can help her get into a good school. Billy and I were paying for what we can, but did you know that she was reading by the time she was 3? Billy and I didn't even get our GETs until a couple years ago. God, I think I'm at like a 7th grade reading level. And this little thing, she's reading us the newspaper. Gotta get really smart. I gotta be smarter than her. Could you imagine this thing in high school? I'm scared.
Luckily, you got a few more years.
And thank Jesus for that. That's the other thing. Make sure you're praying. I found that that's pretty important. You see, Donovan, he prays a lot. He's really religious for such a scary-looking guy. Talks about his true faith all the time.
That's great.
Yeah, he's a really sweet guy. I like him. It's like he came out of nowhere, you know? Just one day was like, hey, little miss, I'm here to protect you. And I was like, whoa, me?
Good, I'm glad. I've got a little brother, just a little older than Daisy.
Oh, yeah? What school does he go to? Is he in a smart school? Like a private one?
Is he in a private school?
Oh, yes. Oh,
yeah,
yes.
I thought
Yes.
so.
He also
Yeah.
has his own tutors. Yes. He speaks 3 different languages. Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of... Yeah, he's in one of those, like, private elementaries.
Well, then when you and Billy get married, you can get her into a private elementary using your connection, right? Then we can put her in one of those little special elementary schools for the smart kids.
I'm happy to see what I can do.
Well, good. I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm looking forward to it. You can give me the numbers. Do you have my number?
No.
Okay, well, let's exchange now. Oh my God, what is wrong with your phone?
It's broken.
You definitely need to get a new one. You can't be... What if Daisy were to play on that and she cut her fingers? It would be your fault. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You're a step-parent now. You gotta step up. I got a notebook. Hold on. She writes her number down. She tears it out and hands it to you. But don't lose that.
Fold it up and put it in his wallet.
If you're gonna be with him, then we're gonna basically have to be family. And despite all the... It's so crazy to think you and I have both sat on the same... And she just points at Billy. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need to talk to his mom. She's really mad at him about our marriage breaking up, and she hates you a lot. But she doesn't know you.
I mean, he's talked about her. I just haven't met her.
Well, she's not talking to him because of you. Did he tell you that?
Shakes his head.
And you guys, we all haven't kind of been together for what, like a year or so? Like, I mean, I know you and him were on and off, and he and I were on and off and things, and it, you know. But yeah, that like a year ago, she stopped talking to him. I mean, sometimes she calls him to yell at him, but they used to meet every Sunday. He's probably really sad without his mom. And she's probably really sad without him. I tried talking to her, but you know, people like us, we're from upstate. We don't work that way.
He nods.
I'll give you her number too.
Okay. Like, do you recommend I call her myself, or?
I don't know. She's a scary lady.
Okay. For what it's worth, I hope after everything, I hope we can be friends.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Just as long as you're good to my kids, I guess I might be able to. Look, we're all shitty people, okay? Me, you, Billy, we're shitty people, okay? But Daisy, she's not. William, he's not. They're not shitty. They're perfect. Look at him. Like, look at her right now. Even arguing. She's perfect. Right? And I don't want us to fuck them up like we're fucked up. No drugs. No prostitution. No more of that. Okay? Just daisies for my Daisy. That's what I want for her. I just wanted to have summer forever. And my little boy, I don't want him to grow up like us. I don't want that for them. So if you work with him and you figure it out and you help me with my kids, then, you know, I think we'll be just fine. But we gotta be better. We have to.
Yeah. You're right. He scrubs his hands on his jeans and puts them back in his pockets.
So your little brother, maybe they could be friends. You know, maybe they could hang
yeah.
out a little.
I gotta actually talk to my parents again, work on that, and then
You should tell them that you're in the programs now. They'll probably be really happy. They're smart like you are. They'll be thrilled. You should do it. You know? You're lucky. You see, my mom, anyways, she won't even. When I got pregnant, she doesn't have any interest in being their grandma.
sorry to hear that.
It's why we gotta do better. So that you don't end up like my mom. 'Cause she thinks I'm just a prostitute who got knocked up by a stripper. And I might be, you know? I might be. But I got my GED now. And I got my kid, she can do math. She's 6. She does more math than I do. She does division. She knows what that is. She's gonna be Einstein, a genius, a senator, president.
I vote for her.
Me too. Look at her debating. Perfect. So you better tell your parents, right? Tell them, let them know that maybe you're strained because they think you're on the drugs, and you just say, I put it away. I don't know if you do the Percocet like he does and the other bullshit, but just put it away. You don't need it. The Colombian snow, heroin, no, you don't need it anymore. You just put it away. Tell your family you're done. Show, maybe introduce them to him. Like, he's charming. He's charming. He's stupid, but he's charming.
Not wrong.
Yeah, and you got your blonde handsome friend over there who's your roommate. He's charming, and the little redhead, she's adorable. She seems afraid of Donovan though, and I'm not really sure. I know he's intimidating, but like he's okay. Like he's not bad. He's just really protective and secretive. I think he's a cop, some kind of detective. I don't know.
I think she's just got a lot of social anxiety.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I met one of those. I think they call them autistics. I love those kind of people. They're great. I love them.
They're pretty great. I'll see what I can do about my parents and
Good. Then maybe your little brother, what's his name?
Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. Okay, how old is he?
He's 9.
No, oh, so he's just a little bit older than Daisy, or maybe just a couple years.
He's a little 9.
Oh, he's like a special edition baby. Because we thought William was a special edition baby, but he's just a little delayed.
He's just had a lot of health problems his whole life. Yeah.
Oh, see, same with Will. Little Billy, he's the same thing. Just
Yeah.
a lot of sick all the time, but he's bright and he's happy, he's eating.
That's great.
I think he's gonna be smart like Daisy. The only difference is Daisy didn't cry at all. There was no tears. This baby, I had to wake her up to feed her. She just didn't. I thought she was dead so many times.
She's turning out great.
Thank you.
You're a very good mom.
It's not just me. Billy's mom helps a lot. She comes down often. And Donovan's really helpful. And his brother's also really helpful. His brother visits a lot.
Guess it really does take a village.
It does. It really does. When you find out who... Well, okay. I'm thinking Billy might have lied, but I don't know for sure. I think one of his old drug dealers might have been sending him a message with the candy bag. I'm still going to call the cops, and I'm definitely going to call Donovan's brother, and I'm going to... I think he's a cop. I'm pretty sure he's a cop. He also kind of sounds like a priest, but maybe that's just a hobby of his. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's like he showed up and he just hasn't left. She shrugs.
Huh.
Yeah, he hired me, and then now he's paying all my bill. I mean, it's a really weird story. I honestly couldn't even. Yeah, but his brother Max, he's a great guy. You should meet him sometime. I think you'd get along.
Yeah. What's he? Max, huh? Yeah, I know a Max. I don't know. Right. Well, I got your number, and I'll get a new phone.
Good. And then you can text me the details about that elementary school, and since the two of you again, we'll try to be a family, and do maybe we could do Thanksgiving together because that's coming up, And maybe you and Billy can show up to his mom's place because she's hosting it, and she's invited some of her bingo ladies, and it'd be nice to see him. The kids would like it.
Yeah. See what we can do.
She pats your shoulder. I'm proud of you for working so hard, even though, you did some really terrible things. But I also did terrible things, so, yeah, And at that moment, Donovan, returns to the little group of you. And he says, Maddie, I have another call I need to take. Just come find me around the building when you're ready to go. And she's like, yeah, okay, sure, no problem. And this woman, she is, Noah, you understand that she has a heart of iron and is as delicate as the wing of a dove and doing her best. She might not be the brightest, she might not be the smartest, the fastest, the strongest, but she is enduring. And her whole paradigm has shifted on the twirl of a little girl who, at this moment, is stomping her foot and crying and throwing herself to the sidewalk. And Sigma is laying on the sidewalk next to her, to which the 6-year-old doesn't know what to do, so stops crying because is confused. Anything else for you, Noah?
I think that's it for, other than, I think he'll excuse himself. And, I think he's gonna go stand a little bit of a distance gotta go do some composing. Feeling emotional and does not want to cry vampire tears in front of regular mortals. So, yeah.
Okay. We are gonna, meanwhile, from there to Quinn. You are in the car with Kappa. Kappa is watching the scene with fascination, but there's also the silence is pregnant with something. And the way that he's looking at you, maybe he has something on his mind. Hard to say.
I think Quinn is kind of like, she keeps looking out the window, seeing if she sees Don, and kind of but she'll like glance back at Kappa, and then kind of look the window again, and she kind of like scoots down a bit, and then she's like, hey Kappa, can you just let me know if you see that that really big guy?
Oh,
Like if he starts coming over here?
yeah. Looks like he's on the phone.
Okay. Do you have the keys to the car?
Does he, Daniel? Does Kappa have the keys to the car?
Nope.
No.
He says, Daniel has them, I think.
Okay, shit, okay, no, shit, okay, no, shit, no, okay. All right, so I think all I can do here is, we're just gonna wait. Okay.
Why are you, do you know him? Did he hurt you, or?
Oh, okay, so, Sigma, said that he like casually, like he just kind of said this casually, that, he thinks he might be a hunter, and, like I don't know about you, but like when I was when I was like learning, because I kind of had lessons, right? Like I can't have lessons when I was like first embraced,
Right.
Like, and that's you can't mess with that. That's their whole job. I know some stuff, and they'd want to kill us, so we can't. You don't know half measures, you know?
I will definitely protect you if anything like that happens.
He turns around and looks at him. You would? You protect me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
See the tension leave her shoulders a little. She's still kind of glancing out the window, but she kind of like sits back next to Kappa then. Okay, I've been on my own for a bit, so I guess I kind of go into survival mode,
Yeah,
Like,
that makes
I just,
sense.
okay. I think all we can do is sit here and wait then, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna, I could just be overreacting.
For you, Quinn, I would raccoon out and stab him.
And he pulls out his switchblade.
Yeah, that means a lot, Kappa. It does.
I'm glad, because I really don't like violence at all.
So he does a little trick where the butterfly knife, he like flicks out and he flicks it back and he twists his hand and then it disappears into his jacket.
I just don't,
That.
I don't like violence, but
And he looks down and he deflates.
And she like put a hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry. I've really been in my head. What's wrong, Kappa? We've got time, and I want to listen. I'm your friend. Yes, we're friends.
yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah? They talk to each other.
Yeah,
He gives you a sad smile.
Oh.
I don't,
What
It's-
about this? We're more than friends now, though. Cause we're family.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're,
Yeah. But
other than,
Beta's your sister?
yeah, pack mate.
Yeah, that works. That's how it works. And I'm gonna take care of her family.
Well, I'd like to return the favor. Are you sure you're okay?
I don't think I'm okay, but like I'm never okay. So I have to move past that right now. You know, like when you take something and you pack it up and you put it away to worry about it later?
Does that help, though? Is that good?
I don't know. I'll figure that out later.
Oh,
But we're talking about you.
I mean, I'm happy. He sighs. I don't know how to say anything that's on my mind.
Do you want my phone? I saw you did the phone with Noah before. At the hospital? I could give you my phone. And you could type on it, or I might have some paper in my purse. I put lots of stuff in my bag.
Roll a persuasion and charisma for me. And since this is your first roll of the night, you get an extra dice to this roll. 1 suck.
Yeah.
I don't want to table how you feel. What do you mean you put it away? Like, you don't deal with it, or?
I guess I just deal with it later. But I just kind of like run in the woods. And I just run and I run and I keep thinking that maybe this time I just won't come back. And it makes me feel better for a while. There's a voice in my head a lot of the times, and it says I should run. And usually I can ignore it, but sometimes I can't.
I guess that's good, as long as you still deal with it later. I don't think it's good to just let it fester. And then he says that, and he looks down at his hands like he's just proven that he's a hypocrite.
You're right. You're probably right. I feel like I've been improvising, like the last year, or 7 months, really. Like thinking that I won't have to deal with consequences of me shoving it down because I probably am not gonna be around. I thought I would just eventually maybe run away. So
But how does running away? This is the same thing I tell Delta. Okay, if your problems are, hold on. And he pulls out his phone, and his phone opens, it has a flat screen, but then he flips it and it opens up even bigger. And he draws with a little stylus that he pops out. And it's a formula. So okay. So here is the person. Okay. And then all of this, and he's drawing squiggle lines. All of this is their problems, right? And then you move them down here, and he crosses the fold line in between the screens. All right. And they move across this boundary here. Here is the person. All of the problems are still with them, but they're in a different environment, so they're distracted by different problems, which then get added. Here we'll do a different color. They get added to the original color that's already attached to the person.
Quinn points at the little figure. But is that me or is that you? Is it both of us?
I guess. I've just really never told anybody.
Oh, I would like very much for you to trust me enough to tell me something, but I understand that it's tough. There's things I don't say. But I can tell you that I won't judge you because I can't, because I'm undead and I'm a creature and I'm an abomination. So how could I judge you?
You're not an abomination. If you're an abomination, then I'm a fucking cryptid. I'm a yeti, the skunk gorilla, and I am not any of those.
You're not. No. But I guess you can trust me as much as you can trust me. I'm your family, and maybe if you say something and you let it go, maybe then I can like say something and let it go.
He holds out his
And
pinky.
we'll yeah. Yeah, and she holds out hers.
Promise.
I'm scared, but for you I'll promise.
I don't want you to tell Noah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, if that's what you want.
He hooks his pinky into yours. And the air in the car electrifies, but in the way that the air electrifies around a prey animal as it's staring down or listening for a predator. It's a scary vulnerability. And he clears his throat. I don't find that I get as tongue-tied around you as I do Noah, and sometimes I don't really know what to do with that. Maybe it's because I don't feel like there's as much stakes between you and I as there are between Noah and I, and now I understand why I even felt that way. And his silver eyes flick to look at Sigma out the window. He was living between us before I even had a chance. At some point, he's pulled out the switchblade, the butterfly knife, and he's just twisting it in his hands.
You think Sigma lessens your connection with Noah?
I don't know.
But is that how connections work? Is that how connections work? Because I think sometimes when you twist two wires together, they're stronger, and then there's a redundancy, so all the weight and all the charge isn't just on one. There's always the other, and they work better together.
Yeah.
You were saying that when you put the door in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I didn't understand everything, but I thought that seemed kind of poetic.
He shrugs.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I guess metaphors are fine and all, but, people are people, and I don't think hearts work that way. I don't think that there's only one path and only one connection, because there just isn't. I know this. Don't you feel it?
He flushes. I have never even considered feeling that way about Sigma.
Be a different feeling. I think that there's different love. I think there's different kinds of love, and it doesn't mean that any love is a lesser love. They're just different loves, which it makes each one so unique and beautiful. Yeah, like that's why they're precious. Like each love you have with a person is unique to that person, but that doesn't mean that it's the only love that you can have for anybody.
You say that like you know.
It's just, I think I read it in a book.
Yeah? Did you read it in a book, Quinn?
Maybe, I don't, but like we're talking about you.
How about we talk about us? You seem familiar with this twisted connection thing.
Okay, so you're telling me something you haven't told Noah, yes?
He looks down in his lap. I think you're trying to waylay me back. If I tell you, then you have to tell me.
I'll tell you. Oh, yeah. No, that's only fair. There's a thing, and it's like I've been pushing it down, and it's a different kind of not okay, but maybe if I just say it to somebody, it'll solidify, because it moves around in my mind a lot, and
Yeah.
It's not so much a lie as just a thing that I can't hold on to.
No, I get that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. You want to go first?
He shrugs. If you want me to.
Yeah. You'll make me more brave if you go first.
He chuckles and then pulls the headband off that you gave him and then readjusts it so his hair that's kind of cut like Jim from Treasure Planet sticks up all over again.
Okay.
He looks down at the butterfly knife.
I could tell you so many things. I'm not sure.
As you are talking, it begins to rain softly and thunder. That really isn't a surprise, all things considered. This is Massachusetts, after all. Right on the coast.
Do you want to know why I picked up these knives?
Yeah. Yes. They seem not you.
They're not. I never wanted to hurt anybody. I never wanted to know how to hurt anybody. In high school, that's when I met Wes. I didn't have any friends. Nobody really wanted to hang out with me. I was a freak, a pariah, until Wes. He was perfect. Everybody liked him. And he started paying attention to me, and other people started talking to me, and I had friends, I think. I don't know. I don't know why I've never really felt anything for anyone. I've never really wanted to be close to anybody. Like romantically or sexually or in any way. He invited me to this party. And I thought I was excited to go. I wanted to go. I wanted to be Wes's friend. I don't think I wanted anything else. But maybe it's my fault. My tribe, we, our hair, it's long. It's a sign, and Delta taught it to me really long ago. Just, you never cut your hair until you love somebody and you want to be with them forever. And Wes, at the party, we were drinking, and he told me to give me a ride, and I was just gonna call Del, and he took my phone, and I thought it was a joke, and he was drunk, and I'm
And reaches out her hand, and will take his if he'll let her.
I'm sorry. He squeezes your hand. I haven't said this before. Nobody knows. I haven't told.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold on to your hand as long as you need it, okay? Because I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we became friends in the hospital, and I'm glad you came to visit. And you said you started showing up shortly after all of this happened, and I met Noah after it all happened, and
Here, to let you tell the story. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Nothing happened. I mean, it happened, but it didn't happen. I don't even know if I can feel the way I do about it. I hate being home because it happened at my house, and he took my hair down, and I
Leans forward and hugs Kappa. I'm here, and I'm hearing you, and do you want me to tear Wes's throat out?
thought he was my best friend, and then he touched me, and I didn't know what to do anymore. And my body reacted, and I haven't even done any of that with Noah. And when I was done, and he squeezes you, I couldn't look at him. I just picked up my pants and I ran. He didn't ever do anything. He just used his hands and
Carrying that around for a long time, yes?
He pulls back to look at you, Quinn. His face is a mess.
I'm so afraid. And now I have to go back to school. I have to be in his class. If I had known how to defend myself, it wouldn't happen.
But I'm going to say something that you probably have heard other people tell other people this, and it might not be a thing that you can feel now, okay? You won't be able to feel it now, but I'm going to tell you now, okay? Can't blame yourself for a thing you didn't know that was going to happen.
Why did it come? Why? If it's not my fault, why did that happen?
I think she reaches towards his face and like wipes a tear. Because bodies do what bodies do. And that doesn't mean that's our heart. It never means it's our heart. Kappa. And I'm just going to say this, and I just want it to stay in your head, and I hope someday you believe it. That it can't be your fault for a thing you didn't choose. And you can tell me that as much as you need to, and we'll just kind of put down that weight, brick by brick. It's not a thing you can leave behind, but sometimes you can breathe it out. And with every breath, more oxygen comes in. And it doesn't feel as heavy. Because it's not the only breath you have. Matter to Noah. I can tell you that. I haven't known him for very long. But I know this about him. Is that he loves you very much. And his love is a very strong, deeply rooted, direct love.
I can't tell them.
Not now. Maybe not ever. I hope sometime you will, but the only timeline is yours, okay? Because you're in charge of this. This is the decision you get to make. Because that's your memory and your heart. I can only tell you that I don't think it'll affect Noah's thoughts at all, except maybe wanting to rip Wes's throat out.
I can't. Wes might hurt Noah. So I can't say anything.
Nods. And
Wow, how could I even say anything? I don't deserve to say anything.
yep. And she like holds his hand very, very strongly.
Quinn, if I didn't want it, I wouldn't have reacted that way.
He, almost like makes like a little animal sound in the back of her throat. This like a little, and she kind of like almost like kind of rubs up against his shoulder, like comforting.
But it's never gonna happen again.
Oh.
And he flips the blade.
Because I won't let it.
Can you make me a promise? Promise me that if something does happen or you think something's gonna happen, can you tell me? It doesn't have to be you and the knife alone. You're not alone. And Quinn would just like hold his hand. She's trying to leave space. She's not trying to provide an answer.
Yeah. I'll call you. Sorry to...
No, don't apologize. This is family. You've trusted me with this, and I'm here for you because that's what we do. And you're not alone. You might have been alone that time, but you're not alone now, ever. And you'll know what to do about all of this because I've seen you. And you're very smart, yes, but you're very strong. You're so strong. That's why I know you could protect me.
I'm not strong. I'm just good at physics. Quinn.
Kappa. And she gets a more serious look than she usually has. There's one thing I'm not going to argue with you about, and that's your strength. Because I've seen it. And I know that to be true. You might not see it for yourself, but I see it. And when something's observed, it's a data point, and I've recorded it. And she points to her head, up here, and into her chest, and here.
It's your turn, Quinn. Can you tell me about your secret?
It feels silly. It feels silly. But she'll almost like scoot closer to him so her shoulder touches his shoulder. But she's gonna look straight ahead. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna try to concentrate real hard because sometimes thoughts don't stay in my head. It's like there's stuff that's missing, but it's not missing, like there's not a hole there, but there are things that don't connect. Yeah. And I know I love Beta. I love Beta so much. It's like a love that changes you, like fundamentally. Like, you know, when a rock changes and now it's a different element and it can't go back to the way it was. That's my love with Beta. But, and like her hands start twisting and her like little claws start almost like kind of folding into her palms and almost to the point of drawing blood. And she's just physically fighting this thought. And she's like, but, okay, you can't, please don't tell anyone, because I don't know, because I can't even tell myself sometimes. Okay, Kappa? I'm just trying to hold on and work my way through this thought, because when I was in the hospital with Beta, Alpha would come in, and I was scared. And I'm embarrassed to say that. It makes me feel bad because I'm scared when I'm around him. That first feeling I'm feeling is scared, and I mean real fear. I mean fear, not like oh, just fear, like I want to run, fear. And then I feel bad, and then I feel guilty, but there's other emotion under there, and he would sit, and he'd take off his jacket, and he would just sit there and look over Beta, and her tender, but he'd see how it was, like, he'd ask how I was doing, and he's always like looking out for me. And I mean, he saved me from my apartment when it burnt down, and he put a jacket on. I think I have a feeling for Alpha. I feel something for Alpha, and it's hard to hold on to. And I don't think I'm supposed to. I don't know. It feels different than what I feel for Beta, but the same. And I don't think I should. And I think it's just because, like, when I became this, I'm already wrong, right? I'm not supposed to have ears all the time, and I'm not supposed to have a tail that comes out. And I think it's all part of that. So I think maybe it's just because I'm messed up, and it's just an illusion. Maybe, like, the neurons aren't firing right, but I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it.
Maybe maybe you're not meant to get rid of it. Maybe you're like Noah, and you just love two people with your whole heart.
I don't know why I'm scared. I don't know what that is. I feel like something's missing, and I don't know what it is. I feel like there's something else there, and I can't untangle it. It's like a knot, and I can't figure it out until I can untie it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want to hurt him, Kappa. What if what I think is love is just some illness? I'd rather hurt than hurt him.
He's going to consider you for a long moment.
I don't think it's an illness. It's different. But I think a lot of people do it. If you...
I need to be better, Kappa.
Quinn, you're great. I don't know. I'm not a very good person to get advice from, especially when it comes to romance. I'm terrible at it.
We could be terrible at it together.
I don't want to share Noah at all. But
You'd do it for Noah?
yeah. I just think Sigma's so stupid. He's such an idiot.
Works real hard, though. He comes into the library when he was getting his GED, and he'd get the books from me, and he'd get books for his kids. And he was working really hard. I mean, he was in booty shorts, but you can wear booty shorts in the library. And you can read in booty shorts. That doesn't stop you at all.
He just shrugs.
Wait. You don't have to like him, though, huh?
You...
What?
If you feel up to the challenge, I guess I imagine it would be challenging. Beta and Alpha are a little intimidating. But why not? Why not love him? I would say no one else does, but that's not true. He just doesn't see it.
I like that idea, Kappa.
I mean,
I do.
you'll have to talk to Beta, but I know that I have an inkling that if Alpha were female, Beta already would have mounted him.
Quinn smiles at that visual.
I think their only problem is literally they're both tops. Not to be weird.
But
Beta
that's
is not a bottom.
that's okay, Kappa. I know what I like.
That's good. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. I think Beta might suspect something. Not in any way. I think she sees the thing that I'm having trouble focusing on. I just need, I think, some more time. I just need to untangle. There's a knot in my head. And if I can untangle that, then I would like very much. And she like smiles wide, like her like fangs come out. I would like very much. I like them tall and strong. I do.
That's fun. Noah likes them short and rowdy. And childish.
Quinn thinks,
Or he
like,
touches
looks at
his
Kappa.
chest, or the skin of a twink. Shrugs.
Quinn smiles. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess good that people have different tastes, huh?
He shrugs.
Yeah. Okay. Hey Kappa, this is gonna sound weird. When you were in your hospital bed, did you hear anything in the bathroom?
Oh. No.
Oh, that's fantastic. You needed your rest.
Yes, I did rest. It was good.
Quinn gives him a bit of a look, but if he's not gonna say anything, she will also believe that he didn't hear anything.
He kind of
I
bumps your
think-
shoulder a little.
Oh, she'll bump back.
Thanks
I
for not
think-
thinking I'm a freak.
Oh no. Kappa, I'm thinking of being the bottom for two tops. So there's no freaks here. There can't be. I think we gotta bumble through together, okay? I think we can do this.
Okay.
Quinn smiles and like sits back. Thanks, Kappa. Thank you for listening. You are easy to talk to.
So are you.
Thank you. I think some people find listening to me confusing and overwhelming.
I think you're easy to understand and talk to.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you for being my brother.
And he
Yeah.
shoulder bumps you again.
Don't tell your sister, but I'm very intimidated by her.
Oh, she's scary.
Yeah. Glad we're on the same page.
He just chuckles.
I think she'll just sit there still a little on edge. Like still think she, she kind of her eyes flick every once in a while out the window, but more relaxed.
Anything else for Quinn? Because Kappa also seems relaxed, but definitely deeply in his emotions and his thoughts.
I think Quinn would happily just kind of sit next to Kappa, let Kappa think his thoughts, and she's gonna think her thoughts.
Okay. So as the two best friends think their thoughts in the car together, we meanwhile over to Danny.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's much for Daniel. However, as he kind of sips his coffee that he's still not sure where exactly he got it from, but he's not complaining on the fact that he can drink it.
Mm-hmm.
As Daniel's kind of left to his own devices and just kind of taking in the entire scene, around him, he just honestly goes and sits down on the nearest bench. And when the rain starts pouring down, he just kind of leans back and looks up at the sky as the thunder claps overhead, and he just sits there. Doesn't even activate his heightened senses to listen to what's happening around him. He doesn't. For once, he's not trying to be the vigilant soldier who has to pay attention to every single potential threat that might be lurking in the shadows. He doesn't want them to feel like the Kindred who has to worry about what bullshit's going to be waiting for him around the next corner. He just, in this moment, for however long it lasts, really, he's just going to take in the one thing he hasn't really had in a long time. That's peace. When the rain's just dropping on his face and he's just sipping his coffee, it's an act that is so simple, but really, really foreign and alien for somebody as old as him. And it hurts when he thinks that, because it's a consistent reminder that he's, as far as humans should go, he should not exist. He should not be here. He should be a pile of bones buried 6 feet in the ground. But he isn't. He doesn't say anything to anyone unless they come and talk to him. He just sits there and breathes.
The 10 minutes where everyone has their own moment of a vignette, some silly, some more serious than others, it seems to go by eternity, and yet also in the blink of an eye for you, Danny. And before you realize it, Daisy has been ushered into her mother's arms. Farewells have subtly been spoken, but not quite solidified. And Sigma approaches you and sits on the bench beside you in the rain. Thanks, by the way.
He doesn't open his eyes, but he is clearly listening, and he just says, "For what?"
Talking to me. In the bathroom. Your words when I was on the street, and Maddie was yelling at me, and
You don't have to thank me for that.
I do.
Sure,
I do gotta thank you for that, because you didn't have to. You don't have to be in the trenches with me. Because, Danny, it's gonna get fucking messy. I don't know what I'm gonna do during the day when you're not there.
Not the trenches.
Sorry,
That's
I
the
forgot.
thing about
I forgot you're that old. But you know what I mean. Maybe not your trenches, but mine.
You want to know the one thing about war, Sigma? War in its most base form, it doesn't really change. Sure, the battlefield's different. Sure, people are fighting might be different. War takes a whole lot of different shapes. The one thing at the very center of it, both sides are fighting for something. I've already dug in. We're stuck in the trenches together, whether you like it or not. As for the day, you're not wrong. I won't be able to be beside you during the day. But, tell you what, when we get back, we can make plans. We can discuss things that you could do whenever you... And he kind of pats his, jacket pocket where the bag of Coke is. Whenever you start feeling that kick again, there's plenty of ways to kick off an urge like that. I'm also going to be straight with...
You've never done drugs a day in your life, have you?
When I was alive, no. I've seen what it does to people, though. I've seen guys take a straight line of Coke before they hop over the line. Because it stops their hands from shaking so they can shoot true. Those are the kind of guys that became shadows of themselves if they ever made it back.
That doesn't really inspire a lot of hope and courage.
Because I'm not trying to inspire hope and courage. I'm being realistic, just like you. We're in the trenches right now, and it's gonna be a fucking war. Just a different kind. But if you're still willing to go over that line, to hop out of that trench, go into no man's land to fight for what you want, and he kind of glances over at Daisy, then I'm gonna climb out of that trench with you. I'm gonna make sure you make it home.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
At that point,
Mine.
tiny little feet splish, 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 splish. And Daisy throws herself at you and then her dad. And she just says, "Good night, Daddy. Good night, Uncle Danny."
God, he's not used to being called uncle. He kind of like freezes for a second, and then he pats little Daisy's head. Good night, Daisy. Be sure not to let the bed bugs bite, okay?
She does like the most ridiculous little twirl, waving, and then, Maddie says it was nice to meet you. And she'll be contacting your email because you like to be emailed instead of texted. And
Listen, I have a dot technology. I have an email.
she says she'll email you, and then her and Daisy, she takes Daisy over to Donovan's car, which literally Sam and Dean's car from Supernatural, 76 Impala.
Perfect.
Best car.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Puts her in her booster seat, puts the baby, little Billy Jr. into the car seat, and she tucks them all in and gets them settled. And then Sigma stands, waving even though Donovan's still on a phone call. He turns to you and says, "Well," reaches back, offering you his wide palm. You wanna blow this popsicle stand?"
He chuckles at that. He will take the hand that is offered, and he'll stand.
It goes both ways. This war, I may be one of those guys that doesn't make it back in one piece up here. Taps his temple. But I sure as hell have got your back. And if I know anything about fighting the inner demons and monsters, it's this guy right here. I got your back, brother.
Good. Nice to know I won't be walking into no man's land alone.
I'm serious. That beast of yours you got up in there, that's hanging out in your fucking house, it's probably no different than my fucking addictions. I'll help you.
Then his expression sombers at the mention of his beast and the reminder of his two stains. I want you to promise me something.
You name it.
No matter what happens, if there's ever a time that I go down that spiral and there's no hope of bringing me back, you do what you gotta do. Because if there's one thing I won't let happen, I refuse to die as a monster.
That's a pretty big ask. You sure that's what you want?
Kind of looks around at the coterie that is here, and where his obvious mind turns to Zeta, he simply says, without any hesitation, "Yeah, the monster wins. You kill the monster. For the monster can take what's most important to the man."
Fuck. You're a goddamn hero, Danny.
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe when I was alive. Now I'm just a man trying to fight for what matters to him.
I won't let you hurt anybody. I won't let you die a monster.
And for once, through the rain, he smiles. Kind of bumps his shoulder as he starts moving to the car. And let's fucking blow this popsicle stand, huh?
You speak my language now. Danny.
Hmm.
Can I drive?
Only if you promise not to crash. Mainly because Beta's gonna have my fucking ass if our car comes back with a scratch on
Oh
it.
yeah, I know. I just really want to fucking drive her car real bad.
Kind of looks at the car. It is a sweet ride.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting her to have that kind of taste.
Yeah, you should see Alpha's Bentley. He never
Fucking Bentley.
doesn't ever really drive it unless he's
What?
well, I mean, when he's chauffeuring, but usually it's his goddamn Harley.
He's using that Bentley just for chauffeuring. He's wasting that fucking beauty of a car. All right, and he tosses Sigma the keys.
He catches them And he grins.
There's a scratch on her.
No.
I'm blaming you.
I promise. And then he shouts, "Hey, Evan, wrap it up." And then Noah, he looks at you and he gives you that cheeky grin. "Excuse me, Mr. Redhead. What are you doing looking so soft-cheeked out here on a rainy afternoon?" It's the middle of the night.
I guess it's my afternoon, huh?
"Mayhap a single gentleman could offer you a ride somewhere? In my sweet car?
Your sweet car, huh?
For the night."
Oh.
You just hear from further back. It's like a rental.
What he said.
Sure.
He walks to the back and he opens it up so that you can climb in. And then he goes around. Once you're in, he goes around to the driver's seat. The minute his ass slides in the driver's seat and Daniel slides in the front seat, Kappa just lets out a it's a big sigh.
Don't worry. He promised he's not going to scratch it. And if he does, well, that's his problem when he has to explain that to Beta.
"Don't worry, she'll take it out of my hide." He backs out. And as he does, he says, "Thank you guys for coming with me, I guess."
Welcome.
Emily, anything for Daisy. Tell her Quam hopes that she heals up quick.
The last thing that occurs in the parking lot is actually Sigma pulling up to Donovan's Impala, rolling the window down, and Maddie and him just talking over their insurance and their bills for Daisy's appointment. And then the coterie is on their way, headed back to Daniel's. Before we wrap up with a piece of lore, is there any more roleplay?
I know I haven't had Dale do exactly much. Not verbally, I guess.
You can describe
the
if you
second-
got, like, where he's at in his head. Sigma's driving, you know?
Where he's at in his head.
Yeah.
Oh dear, with 2 stains.
Yeah, you can.
Oh dear. I guess for the second time tonight, as the Rolls Royce just kind of gets on the freeway, the highway, Daniel just closes his eyes. He's not sleeping, obviously, but from the back seat, Noah, Quinn, Evan, you kind of see it through the rearview mirror. Just, you don't think you have ever seen Daniel look so peaceful. There's no stiffness in his shoulders. There's no batting of the eyes like he's trying to see some unseen threat. He literally looks like someone who hasn't slept in days if he were a human. However, as for what's going on in his mind, that is something else entirely. With 3 hunger, I would say that the beast's influence, while not overwhelming, is undoubtedly making its presence known. In Daniel's head, it's laughing. It's less mockery this time and almost like a sick sense of pride. As the laughter, which is exactly his own, but as the beast is twisted and dangerous. So, you really fucking did it, didn't you? It only took you, I don't know, a gajillion fucking years to finally grow the balls to do it, but you did it, my boy Danny, you fucking did it. Although, I guess, what's that old term? Too little, too late? Somebody made poor Zeta mark them. She belongs to someone else. Do you only think ghouling her is going to be enough to change that? There's always a different way. But hey, you're a patient fella, aren't you? I suppose I can't complain, since for once, you started seeing things my way. I'm proud of you. If you trust me every so often, maybe you might actually get what you want when this is all said and done. You just gotta be willing to let me off the leash every now and again. Take this moment of peace, old soldier boy. You're gonna fucking need it. With that being said, DM, is it okay if I roll for remorse?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've done a decent enough self-reflection outside of the emergency and then here in the car. Go for it.
I succeeded.
All stains removed. Good job. Look at that.
Daniel's humanity remains surprisingly intact. But even so, in the world of darkness, there is always a price to be paid, even for maintaining your humanity. And I think, DM, that's what's going on inside Daniel's head as the rain pounds against the car on the ride back.
I don't think Noah has anything vocally either. I think he's just sitting. He looks out the window, glances over at Kappa, looks at Sigma, looks back out the window, looks like down at his lap. He's just. It's been a night, and he's just sitting in all of the.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it from, starting with Kappa's confession and the gift of his hair to his own confession to the conversation between the three of them, and then all of this stuff that Maddie was talking about, and like the fact that Sigma's mom hasn't been talking to him for a year. Just all of it is just, it's like a weight sitting in his lap, and he's just trying to process it all, but he's also trying to see, okay, because anyone involved knows that the whole situation is not okay, but he's definitely not trying to let on that he is as weighed down as he is, but he doesn't say anything right now.
Okay.
That's just where he's at.
And what about Quinny? I want to give each of you a vignette to kind of describe your kindred's like scene, like how you feel, like kind of what's going on in your environment, what's going on in your heart, your head.
Quinn's in the back seat, and I think as she's, trying to untangle the knot, she actually kind of feels like comforted that, like, it's like her coterie, her pack are in the back seat with her. And I think she almost she kind of like tucks up and kind of curls in a bit, and she kind of like puts her head on Kappa's shoulder, but she's got like her arm kind of like out to Noah, and kind of like nesting in, and kind of like just almost like rocking a little and just like enjoying being like, I'm not alone. And I'm gonna figure this out, maybe. I mean, maybe not. No, but it's okay because I don't have to run right now because I'm with family.
Okay. And what about you, Jihoon?
He's just sitting in his house with a sense of peace. It's nice to be home. It feels safe and comforting knowing that his mom is close. And it's kind of nice to have a friend sitting there with him, albeit strange.
She is passed out. And because Jihoon is who he is, I would like you to roll a wits and awareness. He's a details man, so he notices things.
7. Yeah, don't know how that happened.
She sleeps curled, and then suddenly she sprawls. And it's while she's sprawled that you notice they're square-shaped scars on her ankles. At some point in her sleep, the socks that she stole from Daniel she pulls off, probably because she's too hot, and she is very warm. She is a were creature after all. And that's when you notice them. And then you realize, like, you've never seen Delta without some kind of, like, sock, even if they're lace. And they're such odd scars. They're very deep. But it looks like she has taken significant care, probably using bio oil or other lotions, potions to make them less. Maybe even going so far as to seek cosmetic aid. And you get thinking and curious about them, and she shifts again, and you notice the shorts, which are too big for her, they slide down slightly, and you see the crest of her hip, curve of the bone. And you don't mean to look, but you see it. A perfectly long, horizontal scar right across her womb. It is a scar that tells everything and nothing. It whispers so many secrets. A life lived, a life given, a life taken. And then all at once she curls and she sticks her toes underneath your legs. She's back on her side, sleeping. On the other side of you, laid out in the recliner, is Zeta, who groans. And she murmurs in her sleep, fitful dreams.
He does what he has always done. These are guests in his house, and like his mom said, take care of the guests while I go to bed. So he grabs the blanket from the back of the couch and he drapes it over Delta, being sure to tuck under her feet, as if he's wrapping her up in a cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets up and he grabs the other blanket and puts it over Zeta, wrapping it around her shoulders, tucking her in. And it's like him. He needs to have his feet covered. He needs to have it tucked underneath of his heels. And he tucks them both in. And he sits back on the couch, back in his spot, and just keeps watching the show, but he turns down the volume so that it's barely a whisper, puts on the subtitles, makes sure that the lights are off everywhere, and just zones out watching the stupid show on the TV. Kind of embracing the silence.
For a reality TV show, it's quite K-drama.
Oh, he likes it. He would just never admit to it. These are stupid people making stupid choices, saying stupid things. What a bunch of idiots. Don't they know any better? God damn it.
That being said, what kind of lore would you like?
A few moments later.
Okay, so you want some lore kind of about how you're connected? Do I understand that correctly?
That's what I said, yeah. How are
Yeah.
How did our fucking band of misfits somehow come together?
Okay. War balances on the edge of a blade. Politics whispered through undeath and undying. Powers beyond that which is comprehensible, playing a chess game with each other. It was said in the beginning that Salubri was taken, devoured, lost. It was said that La Sombra then entered into oblivion. And so, antediluvians played a game, and they decided that they would allow Carthage. They decided they would allow a paradise, and they would see just how long it would last. And when it ultimately was destroyed and Bruja was misplaced, it was a grand murder. And so for fun, they looked to the sky, these undying and grand powers, and they asked God, could an angel come to play? And he sent his first. And she was a master of the board. For you see, it is her children through experience that learn. A mother of monsters some call her, and yet a mother of the dark she is not. First in the eyes of God, but perhaps second made. Regardless, on her strings ushers Gehenna. The beckoning, the flute of her symphony. The older they are, the harder they fall. But sometimes even monsters can be redeemed. And so to prove her game, her board, to these other undying and everlasting, she set salt and shadow, a concord between wolf, man, beast, and fae. Court and court. Distinctly different pendulum swinging to and fro. A scythe that cuts through the justice of life and unlife eternum. A collection of perfectly acceptable individuals throughout time, plucked, manifested, and brought to where she was buried. After all, that which is undeath, that which is set into the earth, a crown waiting for its gem, must match the diamond to the setting, both in perfect harmony and tandem, in order for the piece to sparkle. Salt and shadow, bound by night. And that is our lore.
That was cryptic as fuck, but it was really good.
If you know vampire lore, you will know exactly who I'm talking about, even though it is cryptic.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yay, cool.
I'm laughing because I'm panicking.
Don't panic.
All right.
Don't panic. It's all good.